Hello, welcome to Stamp Designs with Denise. I am Denise Johnson, an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up, coming to you from Bedford, New Hampshire. Thank you so much for joining me today and watching my card making videos. I appreciate all of your support, your comments, your likes, your questions. They help me keep bringing you these free stamping videos. I also have a blog, stampdesignswithdenise.net, and there you can find pictures and measurements, product links, and other information, and how to contact me and place an order. This is my current May host code. I have a lot of things to share with you, so we're gonna kind of get right into it. Today is going to be all about the Pansy patch. So usually I do videos where I show three different products, three different cards using different products. But I love this set. I loved it when I first got the annual catalog, and there's a lot to it. And I wanted to show you how versatile this set is and all of the different options you can use with that. So this is the new annual catalog. If you are local to me, I'm happy to drop off a catalog for you or have you pick one up from me. Also, I don't know if you know, but you can order individual copies of catalogs now that it is gone live. And the number for an individual catalog is 159315. So you could do that with an order that you place. So as I said, today is going to be all about the Pansy patch, and that is going to be on page 29 of the catalog. So as you can see, it's a great, fun, bright set, perfect for spring. Let's get some other housekeeping stuff out of the way. The latest paper pumpkin, which is the monthly subscription kit that you can get through Stampin' Up, is the Batter Up kit. They just announced that there will be some delays in billing. They are having some problems with the shipping crisis and not getting all of the components to the kit in time to assemble it and get it out by the 10th of the month, which is what they normally do. So if you're interested in the Batter Up, it is available until May 10th, which is today. So get in and subscribe. There will be a link on my blog and a link in this video description. Currently, during the month of May, Stampin' Up is having a Join Plus special. So normally you would spend $99, pick out any of the products that you want, and you would get $125 worth of product. But during the month of May, you get $155 worth of product. So for $99, it includes shipping. You get a business supply pack. You'll get a free paper pumpkin kit. You just get so many benefits. If you're interested in being a business builder or a discount shopper, please contact me. I'd love to talk to you about this and what you need to do to join, and then what you need to do to just stay a member of my team. There is also a Connect, Craft, and Collect special going on until June 14th. So once you spend $150 on your order, or if you host a party and your party has orders over $150, you start earning stamping rewards, which can be used towards free product in the catalog. So once you meet the $250 threshold, either in your own personal order or a host party order, you would get an additional $25 in stamping rewards. So this is a great deal to get that extra benefit. If you're interested in hosting a party, or you have any questions about placing your own order at the $250 level, please let me know. I did want to show you one of the fantastic host rewards that is in the catalog is this Pattern Party Designer Series paper. This is only available for hosts. So if you look at the back of the book here on page 170 and 171. These are exclusive stamp sets in the paper pack that you get with your host rewards. You can only purchase them with host rewards. So this Pattern Party 12 by 12 Designer Series paper pack is one of those exclusive host rewards. And so it's enormous. There's tons of paper. So the one side is all black and white, which we love black and white because we can color it. We can do so much with black and white. And then the front side has some great colors. There's, let me see if I can do this so you can see them all. There's Poppy Parade, Pool Party, Garden Green, Misty Moonlight, Flirty Flamingo. These patterns and these colors are just really awesome. So really great hostess reward. And then this is my May host code. As I said, I'm also having a May ordering special with me. If you're not ready to join and you are looking to place an order and get some of the new fantastic products, then if your order is between $50 and $149 and you use my host code, I will send you a card kit with 3 exclusive designs. This is the cards that you could make with my card kit in April. I can't send stamped images, so the people that placed orders with me in April all received all of the pre-cut pieces to make these 3 card designs. So if your order is over $150, don't use the host code. Get the rewards for yourself, but I will still send you my exclusive card kit. And let's not forget that our mini catalog is still going on until the end of June. I know a lot of us have started focusing on the new catalog and all the new products there because we get so excited about that. But the mini catalog is still a fantastic resource. There's still some great products in here, and this will be available until the end of June. And I wanted to show you some of the cards that I made. I was on a virtual mini catalog retreat, and so this is the one that uses the Dandy Garden. And then this is another one. So this is those gold hoops. So the Dandy Garden will be carrying over actually into the new annual catalog. This is a book fold card. But the Designer Series paper will not. And I do not believe that the gold hoops are carrying over either. So this is a Joy Fold card, I think is what it is called. So there's those 3. And then this is using the Hydrangea Garden, might be what it is called. And the stamp set is carrying over into the new annual catalog. However, the Designer Series paper is not carrying over. So this paper is really pretty. And so these Designer Series papers will be in that mini catalog, and they are available till the end of June. So these is 2 really great sets that are in that mini catalog that you can still get. Okay, so also I have some cards to show you that my team meeting was a couple weeks ago, and I got these in a team swap. So I just wanted to share these with you to give you some more ideas. I forget what the name of this set is called. And this is from the Flowering Cactus product medley. So this is a different kind of a like envelope fold. And this is the Pretty Perennials stamp set. And then the paper comes from the Ice Cream Corner Designer Series paper. This is from the Sweet Strawberry stamp set. And I know the Strawberry Builder Punch has been on back order for quite a while, and they are saying it will be in the end of May. And then these are all from the Hey Chick. And there's another one. We love that little crazy-haired chicken. And then this is the last one I got in that team swap. Okay, so let's get out our pansies and talk about them. So the suite includes the Pansy Patch stamp set, the Pansy dies, the Pansy Petals Designer Series paper, and then the Bumblebee trinkets. So they're these cute little bumblebee. And the bumblebees are actually on unorderable right now because they ran out of stock, and they expect to have those back in at the end of May. But so everything else though is currently in stock and orderable. So the great thing about this is I showed this last week, and I have now made a whole bunch of sample cards and stuff so I can start, so I will show you how to put all of these things together with all the different dies, and we'll do some stamping and stamp some cards. And then of course these are die cut right out of the Designer Series paper, so we'll make some cards with those to show you how easy it is to just die cut the existing images on the paper. And I will post these on my blog, these two kind of cheat sheets that I made up, so if you want to save them. I think I said I would post them last week, and I have not had a chance to do that yet, but I will definitely do that in this blog. So for our first card, we're going to actually use some of those images that were in our Designer Series paper. So our dies match perfectly with these images, so you just need to line them up and take them over to your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and die cut them out. And then there are leaves as well that coordinate with that. So die cut those out, and then my card is going to be 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of soft seafoam, and this is 3 by 4 1/4, and I have used one of the greenery embossing folders. There are 2 in this bundle, and I used the other one, I used this one. And so the great thing about these embossing folders and also the Pansy dies is that they're small enough and they fit inside the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So you don't need to use the big one for either one of these. The floor plate is about, I think, 3 1/4 inches wide. So these fit through there beautifully. And you can do that very quickly on the mini. So I'm also using, I wanted a pot, so I'm using this pot from the Simply Succulents stamp set, which is in the mini catalog. And I'm doing this on gray granite. And here is my gray granite ink. So just stamp that on a piece of scrap paper. There are dies that go along with this, but this is a pretty easy to fussy cut out. So I'm just going to do that really quick. Sometimes with the straighter lines, it's much easier to fussy cut something out than some of those other detailed stamp sets. So that is all set. And then I have some of those images. I put that away. I don't need that again, I don't think. These are some of the flowers that I've cut out. So, and the leaves. So I think I'm going to use this pink one, which is the polished pink. So let's start layering this and get this on. And then we will use some dimensionals. For that, and I have a new sheet of dimensionals here, and I'm going to put my flower here. And we'll throw some of our leaves in there. So because I popped up my vase, I'm popping up my leaves as well. Let's see. And there we go. So that was pretty quick using the pre-cut papers from the designer series paper. And if you have time, just sit out there and cut out a whole bunch of them at one time, and then you have this little package that you can use to quickly put together a card. And then I'm going to stamp my sentiment down here. Wishing you a little extra happiness just because you're you. And this does come from the Pansy Patch stamp set. So I'm going to stamp this right here. And then I have some of this shimmer ribbon, which is in the gray granite. And we're going to make a little bow. Oops, trying to make it nice and tight. Trim off my ends a little. And then I'm going to use a glue dot. And I'm going to stick it right here next to my pot. And then, of course, we need a little sparkle, so we're going to use some of these pastel pearls. They have these pink ones, so I think those will go pretty good with my polished pink pansy. So we'll add some of those. Right, like that. And so then here's another card that I made. Same thing, I just used different colors. This one had the fresh freesia in it, so that's what I used for my sentiment, and still using those, the purple pearls on that one. So let me get some of this stuff out of the way. For our next card, we are going to use a whole bunch of the die cut shapes, and I took about, a few hours, and I cut out all of these different shapes with the dies in all different sorts of colors, and looked at some pictures of pansies online to decide what colors they typically come in. I actually have a pot of pansies on my front steps that I looked at, and so having this little bucket makes it great. Everything's cut out, pre-cut out, and I can just go in and decide which colors I want to go together. So this is what I chose for this. So I have some basic white, gorgeous grape. I have that fresh freesia. I have soft sea foam, and I have garden green. So we're going to assemble our pansy first, and I like to use the fine tip glue pen for this. So we're going to start with this big one first, and no, this goes on this one here like this. Oh, my glue is glopping a little bit, so I'm going to get my silicone mat, and that way I won't get glue on my worktop. So we're just going to line that up. Okay, and then we need 2 of these, and this is the fresh freesia. And I have the gorgeous grape to put on the top of those. So it does take a little bit of time to, cut out all these pieces and then assemble them, but I think it's well worth the time and effort you put into this. And so now we also have a few little buds. So we can assemble those. So I'm going to do the basic white and put the fresh freesia on top of that. And then I have a fresh freesia one, and I'm putting the gorgeous grape on that. And then we have these stems. And that's in the garden green. Okay, we have our beard for our pansy here. So that will go there. And then I have 2 different size leaves in the soft seafoam, and I have the smaller leaf in the garden green. And then the overlays are in the garden green, and those just match up as well. Put those right on top. And then, oops, I do have my flower center, but I need to put these leaves on first. So that's going to go like that. And then put our second petal on there. And then, let me see, I got my take your pick tool. Sometimes this makes it a little bit easier to place it. You can kind of get it in there. Right, like that. And that is So Saffron, I believe, is the center of that. So I'm just going to put these aside for a minute and let them dry so they're all adhered before I start moving them. Our card base was the thick basic white, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I had a basic white layer that was 4 by 5 1/4, and then I embossed that with the Ornate Floral 3D embossing folder in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. You have to use the bigger one for that because this is, the plate on that is 6 inches and this fits in the larger machine. I also have a basic white layer that I used the Stitch So Sweetly dies on and cut out that one. And then I have a 1/2 inch basic white for my sentiment. So I am going to attach this here. For my background, I'm going to use some dimensionals to pop this one up. And then let me get my Fresh Freesia ink, and my sentiment will be a little hello from me to you. And I'm going to stamp that right here in the middle. And then we can flag the end of this. Now we'll attach our pansy right down here. We can stick in our leaf. And then we have our 2 little blooms. So put that one there. And then that one. Oh. Right about there. And then I have some basic pearls. I like just the white on white for this. And now we're going to attach our sentiment, and I'm just going to have that coming right there. So let's see. Let's do a dimensional on this side. I'll have to put a little bit of glue here. And there we go. So that is how you assemble those pansies, and then the little buds with the leaves, and how they get all layered. And it really can create any type of colors and stuff. Here's another one I did. I did the So Saffron and the, I believe that was Crushed Curry was the other color. Old Olive and Mossy Meadow for the leaves and the stems. So you really can create any types of colors and stuff that you want. And I have a bunch more cards at the end that I will show you using different color combinations for those. So let's get cleaned up. Okay, so for the last card I'm going to make for you, we are going to use the inside. So when you die cut out this outer layer, you end up with this on the inside. And so all you need to do is take a pair of scissors and snip this off, and then you can use this to create a unique card as well. So that's what I'm going to do on this card. So we're going to have our card base is Rich Razzleberry, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a layer for the inside that is basic white, that is 4 by 5 1/4. I have this Pear Pizzazz layer, and this is 3 3/4 by 5. And what I did is there is a new die. It's a full die. It's called the Stitched Greenery. And I ran this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and it gives you this really nice stitched background layer piece, which is really pretty. So that will be our background, and then I made a layer of basic white that it can be layered over, and this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So that will be our card front. And then I have these are Daffodil Delight, all the flower petal parts. And then we have this in the Crushed Curry, which is that one I cut out from the center. And we're going to layer this on here. And then what I'm going to do, rather than putting an outer layer, die cut outer layer in that, I'm actually going to use a sponge, and I'm going to get some Crushed Curry, and I'm going to just kind of fleck the edges of this, and it's going to bring that color to the edges of that and just give it a little bit of dimension like that. And let's see, oh, I had a flower center in here too. My flower center is Pumpkin Pie. And then I cut out, my beard is Blackberry Bliss. I need a little more glue. Okay, so we'll adhere that there, and then we're going to put our 2 petals on. And then let's see, put a tiny bit of glue right there in the middle for my flower center. Right, like that. And this is the Evening Evergreen with the pear pizzazz on top of it. Okay, let's just set that aside and let those dry a little bit as we layer the rest of our cards. My glues away here, and I am going to actually stamp some of the flowers, show you how I do that on the inside piece before I attach it. And then this, I'm going to use some dimensionals. Let's see if I take that one off. And just seems to be popping up. I think I need a little bit more glue. And then our leaf will go here. And our other leaf can go on the other side. Oops. And then, let's see, our sparkle. Oh, I wanted to use, these are the crushed curry dots, playing with the patterns, resin dots. So we'll just throw a couple of these on our card. Put one over there too. And then there we go. So that's how you can use that centerpiece from the die cuts to create yet another different style of the pansies. And so here is one that I made similar, that I used the Pale Papaya in Night of Navy. And I don't know, I really like that color combination. And then for my sparkle on that one, I used the Holiday Rhinestone Jewels to give that one some sparkle. So those are those two. So let's do some stamping to show you the flowers. So these are just some basic white, and I'm going to do it for the inside of this. So let's just do, let's see, I got all my stamps in here. We'll do the smaller one first. So this is like two-step stamping. So you have the solid flower, and then you have the outline flower. And I need a scrap piece of paper. So as I said, my colors here were Daffodil Delight and Crushed Curry, but I think I'm going to go with the So Saffron and the Crushed Curry. So I want my background to be actually quite pale. So I like to stamp off first and then stamp on with the second stamp there, and then I think my crushed curry is going to be too dark. So I'm just going to do color on color. So I'm also using the So Saffron again and just stamping that full strength right over it. See, and then there we got this really nice layered stamp with that. And we have a little center piece. And let's see, let's do that with our pumpkin pie. And we'll come right in with that right there. So now we can put that in our card there, and it just carries that pansy over. I did not stamp one on this yet. But let's just sort of play with some colors to show you some. I'm going to do the larger one. The larger one has a lot more layers with it. Oh, my blocks are stuck together. So there's sort of a background, there's the outline, there's the beard, and then there's also another centerpiece. So if I start my background with the So Saffron, stamp off and then stamp on, right? It gives me this very nice pale. And then we can come in with the So Saffron again, and this is at full strength. And yep, this goes this way, right over that. And then for our center, we can do a darker, we'll do the crushed curry there. Like that. See, and then that does a nice, so then this third one, or fourth stamp, I guess is what it is, would fill in that white space. So you can decide whether you like that white space there or whether you want to introduce another color. I'm not quite sure what color I would want to put. I kind of like that. But so now we've got this, we could use our die, cuts out our stamped images as well. So you could stamp your images and then die cut them out. So I have some that I've stamped. So let me show you some of the other cards that I've made. Get these out of the way. And so these are using all the die cut shapes and putting them together, and then the paper is from the Pansy Patch Designer Series paper, or I'm sorry, it's called Pansy Petal Designer Series paper. And so this is like Calypso Coral and the Pale Papaya colors. And then I did stamp on the inside with probably Calypso Coral in Pale Papaya. Here's another one using the Blushing Bride, the Basic White, and Poppy Parade. And then that is Soft Sea Foam and Soft Succulent. And then here I stamped with the Polished Pink and the Blushing Bride. This uses the Highland Heather and the Gorgeous Grape, and then some of that Designer Series paper with the Pansy Petals. And then that's the Gorgeous Grape and the Highland Heather. This paper is very pretty. That's part of that Pansy Petals. So again, Polished Pink, Basic White, and Blushing Bride, I think is what that is. And then there's our little bumblebee. Yep, and then this one was actually, these are the in color, the new in color gems. And then the inside image. And then here, this one uses the Balmy Blue and Night of Navy. And this is that other embossing folder that came in that 2-pack that I showed you earlier. One was that full sheet of leaves, and then this is sort of a little meadow scene. It's on the top and the bottom, and I only embossed the bottom part of it. And then I used a blending brush with Garden Green and Balmy Blue to add the color to the background paper. And then there's that Night of Navy and Balmy Blue stamped image. And then I have, this card uses the die cut flowers from the Designer Series paper. And this side image is from the Basic Border Dies. I just used the pointy border die, cut it out of 3 different colors: soft sea foam, soft succulent, and evening evergreen. Oh, and then these little flowers are new too. They are part of the loose flower flourishes. They come in pale papaya, fresh freesia, and polished pink. So those are really cute and fun. And then this is a larger stamped pansy. Let's see, and I wrote down what I used. So I did the So Saffron, stamped off first and then stamped full strength. The bumblebee is in the middle, and the cinnamon cider is the dot. And then I did do that extra one there and didn't leave it white like I had done on my sample here. So that's probably stamped off So Saffron right there. And then my last card. So this is the, I used one of these, the square vellum doilies, and held it on there, and then used my blending brush with the soft succulent ink and created sort of this little background on that. And these are all shapes, images that were die cut out of the paper. There's that little vase again from Simply Succulents, the shimmer ribbon in gray granite. And then these little gems are the genial gems, and they come in the 2 different colors. So those are that. And then the inside of this, I did the fresh freesia stamped off, then stamped full strength, the blackberry bliss, and then bumblebee for my inside flower. So I hope that these have inspired you for this set. There's just so many possibilities. Let me get out the cards that I did today. And there's just so many things you can do with this. It was a lot of fun to play with this and to experiment and to die cut out all those pieces. And now I have that bucket, and I can start playing and creating different colors. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Please look at my blog for measurements and product links. And I hope that you have a great day, and remember to leave a little sparkle wherever you go.